Hi there, the name's Nico, and today I'll be going over my opinion on the best and worst skins available in Eternal Return. My rating will be based on the looks of the character and how different it is from the base skin, the effects of the skin, the rarity, and a small influence from the skin use rates. Now that you know my criteria, let's take a look at the skins. So the first skin we'll look at is Jackie. Jackie has two skins, Executioner Jackie and Scarlet Corsage Jackie. Executioner Jackie is one of the first skins to come out, and it is an uncommon skin. This skin, in my opinion, is pretty similar to the base skin in terms of its color palette. It's not too different in design either from the base skin, but there's just something about the skin that makes it not bad at all. I can't really put my finger on it. I'll be placing Executioner Jackie in B tier. Scarlet Corsage Jackie is definitely going in S tier. It is really different from the base skin. It is a rare skin, and the effects it has are really well done. This is a really well designed skin. Next character is Aya, who only has one skin on duty. Aya. This skin is one of the first designs they have done. I'm honestly surprised she hasn't gotten a second skin yet. This skin is different from the base skin and is just classic in my opinion. It's going in A tier just because you can't go wrong with on duty Aya. Next we have HYUNWOO. HYUNWOO technically has 4 skins: Street Fiend HYUNWOO, Red Devil HYUNWOO, Cadet HYUNWOO, and Immortal Cadet HYUNWOO. The first of his skins, Street Fiend HYUNWOO, is another classic. It was one of the first skins from the game. This is an extremely well designed skin. They even have a jacket based on the skin. They actually gave the skin away for free if you played during Preseason 2, so shout out to anyone who's been playing since then, myself included. This is definitely an S tier skin. Red Devil HYUNWOO is next. I don't know, but to me, I don't really like this skin. It is a rare skin, but the effects it has are not the most interesting. It is pretty different from the base skin, but I like Street Fiend HYUNWOO a lot more. This skin is going in A tier. Now for the cadet skins. The skin designs are pretty similar, so I'm just going to group them together. They are different from the base skin, but for our cadet skin, they really feel lackluster. These are rare skins, and the effects it has are not that great. I think they did a better job with Red Devil HYUNWOO than the cadet skin. Now in terms of color, I think they are both missing something, like the white jacket with white shirt for the base cadet skin and the black jacket with the burgundy shirt on the immortal shirt don't really work in my opinion. I think the white jacket with the burgundy shirt would have looked better, and the black jacket with the white shirt, even making it a black shirt, would have looked better to me personally. So they are both going to B tier, but due to the Immortal HYUNWOO rarity, is better than base cadet HYUNWOO. Magnus is the next character. He also only has one skin, Boss Magnus. Honestly, this skin is S tier. I don't know why, but he is one of the only characters with a skin with a unique weapon change. So if you play Bat Magnus with the skin, his weapon changes to a golf club. The only other skin I can think of with this is Street Fiend Blue of a paint roller instead of a mop. I may be missing someone, and if so, let me know in the comments. I wish they did this for more skins. This design is also really different from the base skin. Now we have Fiora, who has 2 different skins, Lieutenant Fiora and Musketeer Fiora. Lieutenant Fiora is my favorite Fiora skin. I liked it ever since I saw the Immortal Soul version of the skin. It looks very different from the base skin and it has some personality in it, but I don't think it's top tier, but definitely high A tier. The Musketeer skin is classic to what the Musketeer looks like in terms of the design from the book, The Three Musketeers. In this book, they only used rapiers, not spears and two-handed swords, so if you use the skin without a rapier, it doesn't fit the theme of the skin, so this skin is going in A tier if you play it on rapier, but if you play it with two-handed sword or spear, it's going in B tier. Next we have Nadine, who has 2 skins, Neon Huntress Nadine and Little Nadine Riding Hood. Now, Neon Huntress Nadine has to be a D tier skin for me, and the people agree, having only a 0.1% use rate. She reminds me of someone trying to sell you some sports drink that or works at a 7-Eleven. They should have made her a skin for the Arctic theme like they did with Bernice and Nathan, in my opinion. The Little Nadine Riding Hood skin is S tier though. It's quite different from the base skin, and for a rare skin, it has great effects. Her wolf becoming the grandmother wolf based off Little Red Riding Hood is on point. I approve of the skin. Now we have CHIARA only has the Gilded Reaper skin. This was the first rare skin that came out, and I think they did a great job with it. The effects with the skin are great, and it's quite different from the base skin. This is going in S tier. HART is the next character who has 2 skins, Bandleader HART and Winter Carnival HART. Bandleader HART is not a personal favorite of mine. I honestly think the base skin is better than Bandleader HART, and once again, the people agree with only a 0.5% use rate. This skin is going in C tier. Winter Carnival HART is the first epic skin, and I think they nailed it. She has different voice lines, and the music with her ultimate is on point. I also love the fact that her music box when she ults is a snowman. She was from the Season 4 Battle Pass, which you can still get if you missed it. This is an S tier skin. Next we have Isol. He has 2 skins, Wasteland Isol and Spirit Hunter Isol. Wasteland Isol does look different from the base skin, but their color palette is too similar in my opinion. The Jade Green and Beige is really similar to the original skins palette, and I just really don't like the design. A lot of people agree with me, as it has a low pick rate as well. I'm putting this skin in C tier. The Spirit Hunter Isol skin is part of this season's battle pass. I think this skin is a lot better than the Wasteland Isol skin by a long shot. It is a lot different from the base skin, and I think they just did a good job with it. The skin is going in A tier. Next we'll look at Lead Island, who has 3 skins: Jade Drifter, Rebel, and Dragon Dance. Jade Drifter, in my opinion, is not that great. Sure, it does have a different color theme to it, it just doesn't look that good. I would much rather use one of the other Lead Island skins, which is why this skin is going in C tier. Rebel Lead Island is pretty well designed. It has a different color palette to it. I think the design change was quite simple but effective, which is why it is going in E tier. Last of the Lead Island skins is Dragon Dance. This is by far the best skin, and it is a rare skin, so in terms of the effects, they did a great job. The skin design and the effects are amazing, which is why this skin is going in S tier. Yuki is next with 3 skins: Cadet Yuki, Windblade Yuki, and Midnight Shinobi Yuki. First I'll start with Cadet Yuki. This was the reward for getting gold or higher in Season 1. I've been playing this game since Season 1 and managed to get this skin, even though I was not good at all. Let me know if you managed to get Cadet Yuki. I think the design is classic and the effects are well done for a Cadet skin. Cadet Yuki is going in S tier. Next we have Windblade Yuki. This skin was given out for free as part of an event, and you can buy the skin with a coin with the event going on right now, which I will link in the description. I'm not a fan of the splash art for the skin. In-game, it's alright. I definitely think the other 2 Yuki skins were done better, which is why the skin is going in B tier. The last Yuki skin is Midnight Shinobi Yuki. This is another banger skin that is going in S tier. The effects are really well done. In the community, we refer this as Xbox Yuki due to the color palette used. The skin design is great and looks amazing in-game. Now we have Heijin with 3 skins: Magnolia, Oracle Heijin, Cadet Heijin, and Spirit Hunter Heijin. So Magnolia Oracle Heijin I think is not that great. I honestly even forgot it was a skin while writing this until I looked it up. It does look a lot different from the base skin, but I'd rather play the base skin for Heijin than use Magnolia Oracle. I only think Magnolia Oracle looks good if you are playing Shuriken Heijin, and like only 2 people play Shuriken Heijin. So the skin is going into C tier for me. Cadet Heijin is not bad at all. This was the season reward for getting gold or higher at any game mode for Season 3. Originally the skin felt kind of bland in terms of its effects, but they have changed it since and it is better, but I wouldn't say top tier. It doesn't have the same coolness as Cadet Yuki has. This skin is going into A tier. The last Heijin skin is Spirit Hunter Heijin. I don't know if it's just me, but the Spirit Hunter and Cadet skin for Heijin look really similar in terms of its color palette and even overall design. There are some differences, but it's not enough in-game. Her omens are black and Cadet Heijin's omens are dark purple. It's hard to notice that much of a difference in-game. I'm putting this skin in A tier, but I think it's not as good as Cadet Heijin is. The next thing we'll look at is Shukai with 2 skins: Itamai Shukai and Dodgeball King Shukai. Itamai Shukai I think they did a great job with. It has a different color palette from the base skin and a different design, but the design isn't too different from the base skin, which is why the skin is going into A tier. Then we have Dodgeball King Shukai. I do like the fact that his Q is a dodgeball, but that's all I really like about the skin. I'm not a fan of the skin design. I think this is just personal preference for me. I am putting the skin in B tier. Next we have Sisela with 3 skins: Frost Clover Sisela, Noble Woman Sisela, and Winter Carnival Sisela. Frost Clover Sisela is one of the first skins released. It has a different color palette and looks different from the base skin, but this is not Sisela's best skin in my opinion, which is why this skin is B tier. Now let's look at Noble Woman Sisela. This skin was released around Halloween. The name of this skin throws me off a bit, but it's probably based on something I am unaware of. I also wasn't a big fan of this skin originally, but after playing Sisela a bunch in team modes, I'm now on the fan train for this skin. The effects of the skin are really well done in my opinion, and the skin is well designed. This skin is going in S tier. And last is the Winter Carnival skin. This skin was part of the season rewards from the last battle pass. The effects of the skin are fine. Maybe it's just me, but I find the carrot nose on Wilson a bit creepy. I like the design of her IV cart though. This skin is going into A tier. CHIARA is the next character we'll look at, who has 2 skins: Arbiter CHIARA and Spirit Hunter CHIARA. Arbiter CHIARA to me is just a color palette change. The design is not that much different in my opinion. For me, I would rather use the base skin than the Arbiter CHIARA, which is why the skin is going into C tier. Spirit Hunter CHIARA, on the other hand, is really well done. This skin is part of the season's battle pass and is the epic skin. I really like the design of the underside of the trench coat. The effects are really well done, so this skin is going into S tier. Now we have Adriana with just Fire Bat Adriana. I know this is a personal preference, but I really like this skin's design. It's based on a firefighter's uniform, but in white. I have a soft spot for Adriana due to one of the creators I watch who doesn't play anymore mained Adriana, so I do have a bias for her. I mained Adriana in duos for that season because of the skin, which is why it's going into S tier. Next we have Sylvia, who technically has two skins, G-Force Now Sylvia and Midnight Breeze Sylvia. G-Force Now Sylvia is a promotion skin for G-Force Now, so it is just a color palette change from the base skin. It has the G-Force Now logo on the skin if you looked at it. Not many people have the skin, so it gets a point for me due to its rarity. It may be a hot take, but I like the green from the G-Force Now skin more than the blue used on the base skin. I am putting this skin in high B tier. If it had even a slightly different design, it would definitely be A or even S tier in my opinion. Midnight Breeze Sylvia, on the other hand, is not a personal favorite. I don't like the splash art for this skin, and in a game it doesn't look that great. I'd much rather have the base skin, although I personally think Sylvia is one of the best base skins in the game. I had to put this skin in D tier, I just really don't like it. Let's look at Shoichi skin, Hitman Shoichi. I think it is well designed. It looks a lot different from the base skin in a different color palette. I like how he is carrying a duffel bag instead of a suitcase. This skin is going into A tier. Emma is next, who has two skins, Maid Emma and Witch Emma. Maid Emma has a decent skin. It is different in terms of its design and color palette. I don't think it is anything outstanding though, which is why it's going into B tier. The Witch Emma skin is better than Maid Emma. Witch Emma is a rare skin and they've really nailed the effects. The dove is a bat and the hat is a basket of candy, and you turn into a black cat instead of a rabbit. The skin itself though is not top tier in my opinion, so this skin is going into A tier, but if there was an A+ tier, the skin would definitely go into it. Now we have Lennox with two skins, Capo Lennox and Mistletoe Lennox. Capo Lennox is an easy S tier in my books. I think it pulls off the energy and look I would think of when I think about Lennox. The splash art is also 10 times better than the base skin. Mistletoe Lennox is a rare skin and the effects are not bad at all. The skin was the Christmas skin for the year. Her Q becomes a wreath and her effects are red and green. This skin is not as good as Capo Lennox, but when it is Christmas or when they bring back the snow map, I would use the skin instead of Capo Lennox. This is an A tier skin. Now we have Rosie with Black Rose Rosie. To me, it just seems like a color swap more than a design change. It just seems like they added some red to the base skin and gave her a skirt. This skin for me is just B tier. Next we have Luke with Bartender Luke and Street Fiend Luke. Bartender Luke is a lot different from the base skin, and I really like the theme choice. But it's not a personal favorite of mine, which is why it's going into A tier. Street Fiend Luke is also a pretty good skin. This was given out for free during pre-season 4, I believe. I really like the fact that they changed his mop to a paint roller, and the effects of it are pretty cool. Again, it has a different color palette and design, but I personally am not a fan of Luke, and the skin doesn't blow me away, which is why it's going into A tier. Kathy is next for Combat Medic Kathy. I understand the theme they're going for, but I don't think they nailed it. If this is actually based off a Combat Medic uniform, I am sorry in advance. This skin is going into C tier for me. Now we have Adela of White Queen Adela. Now I know this is really just a color palette swap, but it fits her theme. She is a chess grandmaster, and as you know for chess, there are white and black pieces, so it makes sense, and I think they nailed it. This skin is going into S tier. Next up we have Bernice with Wasteland Bernice. This is a different design than the base skin, and he finally has some facial hair, but I don't really like the design of the skin. I would use it over the base skin, but I'm sure you can do Bernice better. This skin is going into B tier. Barbara is next with Chief Mechanic Barbara. This is just a color palette change in my opinion. I don't see the theme for this palette change unlike with Adela or even Sylvia. I like the color red better than blue, but that's all that is going for it. This is a B tier skin. The next character we'll look at is Alex with Operator Alex. I really think they did Alex dirty with the skin. It's really not that good. I think the base skin is more of what I think about Alex and his backstory than the skin. This skin is going into D tier. Now we'll look at Sua, who has two skins, Cadet Sua and Wistful Heritage Sua. I really like the design of Cadet Sua and its effects. The skin was the reward for Season 2 for getting gold or higher in any mode. Sua's Cadet skin is really what I want from a Cadet skin, which is why it is going into S tier. Then we have Wistful Heritage Sua. This also has a different color palette and design than the base Sua skin. The effects of the skin are cool, but not the best. I like Cadet Sua a lot better than Wistful Sua, which is why the skin is going into A tier. Leon is next with Spec Ops Leon. This skin was given out for free during the Easter egg event last year. I honestly don't like the skin that much. It does have a different theme and design, but I really like Leon's base skin. This is a B tier skin. The next character we'll look at is 11 with Sugar Rush 11. I really like this skin. It is a different design, theme, and color palette than the base skin, and I think it really suits 11. I like the fact that she is on roller skates as well. This is an S tier skin. Now we will look at Rio with Shrine Maiden Rio. This skin is also really well designed. I like the color use, the theme, and design. There aren't many effects you can change on Rio due to her kit, but it still looks great. Another S tier skin. Then we have Snow Game William. This skin came out with the LENOX Christmas skin during the winter event last year. I am honestly not a big fan of the skin. It has a different theme and design, but the effects are not my favorite. This is going into B tier. Nikki is next with Alley Cat Nikki. This skin has a different palette and design, and I think they nailed it. It's one of the best uncommon skins in my opinion, which is why it's going into S tier. Next character we'll look at was Nathapon with Arctic Expedition Nathapon. I think this skin is well designed, and I like the theme as well of Nathapon visiting the Arctic to take pictures of animals. At least in my mind, that's what I think he would do. I think this skin would also suit it when the winter map is back, but generally speaking, this is an A tier skin. Now we'll look at Yon with Champion Yon. This skin was given out for free if you logged into the game during the first few days of Season 5. This might be a hot take, but I don't really like this skin. I like the base skin a lot better. I understand the theme and design, but I just personally don't like it. This skin is going into C tier. Then we have Ava with Celestial Clock Tower Ava. Now I know that we saw what Cadet Ava looked like, but I need to see its effects in game before I give my opinion on it. But for Celestial Clockwork Ava, this is going into S tier. I like the color palette, design, and theme. They did a great job with the skin in my opinion. Daniel is next with Plague Doctor Daniel. This was the unique skin for buying the Season Pass bundle for Season 5. Now the skin is getting some changes in the next major patch, but currently in game right now, it's not a top tier skin for me. I like the theme, but I don't think they really nailed it. Maybe it's unfair for me to judge it without the upcoming changes, but for now it's going into A tier. The next character we'll look at is Jenny with Monster Jenny. I think they did a good job with the skin. I like the theme and design, but I don't think it is so great as to go into S tier, so I'm placing this in A tier. Now we'll look at Camillo with Blue Orchid Camillo. I like the color palette change, but this design is not that much different in my opinion. Originally there was a bug with his effects, but now that it's fixed, it looks great. This skin is going into A tier. Then we have Chloe with Dutiful Maid Chloe. This is an S tier skin. Maybe a hot take, but I like Nina's skin design more than Chloe's for this skin. They both are really good and fit the theme, but I like Nina's design a lot more. Johan is next with High Priest Johan. To me, this skin is only a color palette change. It does make sense theme-wise, but not enough for me to warrant it out of B tier. Next character we'll look at is Bianca with Comfy Bianca. I know this is personal preference, but I don't really like this skin. It does have a different color palette and the design is somewhat different, but I just don't like the skin. This is going into B tier. The last skin we have is Ekion's skin called Crimson Devil Ekion. I know the skin isn't technically in-game, but we have seen the skin preview and the skin, so I think it's fair to comment on it. To me, it looks like Dr. Eggman from the newest Sonic movie, except for the fact that he isn't bald. But I still think it is a well-designed skin, so it's going into A tier. I honestly think most of the skins in this game are really well designed, which is why there aren't many skins in C and D tier. What skins do you like a lot more than I do? Feel free to let me know in the comments, and if you like the channel as much as I do, consider subscribing. I hope to see you at the next video.